Hey everyone, it's Michael here at Home Health Success Academy, and you're in another video series of ours, and this is a video talking about no-shows. Have you ever actually had an appointment set up with a physician, with an administrator, with a social worker, and then you show up on time, you bring the food that you're supposed to bring, right? You bring the snacks that you're supposed to, want to present them and make them happy. Then all of a sudden you go into this place and all of a sudden there is a no-show. They're not there. They're busy. They don't want to talk to you, right? Has that ever happened to you? If it hasn't happened to you yet, that means you have not been going out there a lot when it comes to marketing. Because this is something that happens so many times, even with the way I handle my meeting, the way I try to lock in those meetings. Okay, so has that ever happened to you? And if it's not, like I said, it's going to happen to you eventually, and don't really take it personally, but there's something that you can do to kind of make sure that you keep on going. So number one is this: you need to be able to lock in the meeting, right? So when you lock in the meeting, we want to be able to make them make the decision to lock the meeting in. We talk about, there's a movie called My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and the first one, of course, not the TV series, the first movie. So there's a part where they're in the diner and the daughter, right, the main character, she wanted to take some classes at the community center, at the community college, and she wanted to do these classes, but she had to work in the restaurant and they weren't too sure if the father was going to agree to it. And so the mom said and gave her an idea: if you want to take these classes, you're going to have to make your father think that he came up with the idea, right? So it's the same exact thing. If you can lock them to make a decision on the appointment, it's going to increase the chance that they're actually going to be there. And also there needs to be the follow-up. So I'm going to give you guys an advanced technique here that we'll teach in other training series, and you actually will hear this again. And the reason why you will hear it again in other videos is because it is so important. So if you're going to try to set up an appointment, you say, hey, when would you like to be able to meet? And they say next week. Great. When next week? In the beginning, the middle, or the end? Right? You're giving them three choices. So if you guys remember in our how to sell in the sales process setup, giving options, right, in the sales process, this is another reason. Three options. Great. The middle, the beginning, or the end of the week. When would you like to meet? And they're going to say, I want to meet in the middle. That's perfect, doctor. Totally appreciate that. So if it's a Monday to Friday, a beginning of the week is a Monday, Tuesday. End of the week is a Thursday, Friday. But if it's in the middle of the week, it's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Get it? So if they say middle of the week, you can say, great, doctor, thank you so much. Tuesday, Wednesdays, or Thursdays? Which one of those days is good for you? Wednesday sounds good to me. Perfect, doctor. I appreciate that. Prefer morning or in the afternoon or noontime, doctor? And they're going to say, well, you know what? I want in the afternoon. Great, doctor. What time in the afternoon? Do you want it to be 2, 3, 4, or 5? Right? What you're doing is, most people are not going to choose 5. And if they do, you want to be able to come in a little bit early in that meeting. I'm going to teach you a little technique for that one. But if they say 5, that's a ringer in my head already. But pretty much if they say 3 o'clock, great, doctor. 3 o'clock, I'm going to write down here in my calendar, sir. 3 o'clock, all right, on Wednesday, you're going to be meeting with me. Just to let you know, my name is Michael. All right, you're going to mention your name because by the time you guys had the conversation, he probably or she probably forgot your name already. Okay, so you want to be able to mention your name. Great, doctor. This is Michael, by the way. Hey, doctor, can I ask this quick question? Can I send you over a confirmation of this meeting? Right? Are you using an Android-based phone or an iPhone, doctor? And he's going to tell you what he uses. Oh, you're using an iPhone. Perfect, doctor. Perfect, perfect. So if I have an iPhone, I'm going to be able to send something to him automatically to create the calendar, the meeting for him, right? If If we have two different types of phone, it's perfectly fine. If you have a Google Calendar set up in there, I have Google Calendar also on my iPhone. There's these different techniques that you need to be able to have. Great, can I send that to you over to you, doctor? He's gonna have to say yes. Great, doctor, what's your cell number, sir, so I can send that over, right? That's a technique also to get their cell number, right? You're trying to gather as much information as you can, okay? So that's how to be able to do, first of all, a number close to get their phone number. Number two, if you need to get their email closed, that's another technique that you need to be able to have, but also to be able to close on a date. And then you can ask them this question, doctor, other than the fact that there's an earthquake or some big event that happens, is there any other reason why we're not going to be able to meet on Wednesday at 3 p.m.? Right? What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to seriously find out, is there another reason? Because sometimes you might hear from him say, you know what, let me check my calendar. And when you hear that, you're like, oh, see, he's not, I still don't have his full attention. I don't have his full attention. Right? Then all of a sudden he opens up the calendar, she opens up the calendar, oh, I have to pick up the kids. Great, doctor. Let's move it up then. Right? You want to meet up now? You want to meet up today? You want to meet up tomorrow right now? Let's go ahead and set this up. When do you want to meet, right? What you're doing here is you really are trying to create engagement. You want them to be able to have a conversation with you. Now, here's the thing. When the appointment is set up for next week on a Wednesday, never ever, just because it's set up, don't think that you're just going to show up, right? Don't feel, there's a lot of people that I talk to, well, I don't want to call them because they might say no. No. If they're going to say no, they're going to say no. So call them the day before. Hey doc, just want to let you know, this is Michael. I really look forward to be able to meeting with you. If need be, doctor, we can move up the meeting by 15 minutes or 30 minutes if you want to, right? Reason why I'm asking the 15 minutes is because I'm trying to engage them, right? Because they might say, yes, great, now let me get the commitment, right? They're engaging rather than them saying no, okay? Or they may say, you know what, I'm busy today. Doctor, I know you're gonna be busy in the afternoon. How about this morning? I'll bring coffee. I'll bring a donut. I'll bring a croissant. I'll bring something that you want. See, the thing though is, just because a physician or an administrator or a social worker says, I'm busy later on today, that does not mean that they're not busy, they're not open right now. Heck, you have them on the phone right now. So let's have the meeting now. So that's just a quick technique on how to be able to lock them into having that meeting with you, okay? But the biggest problems that a lot of us face is the no-show. So we want to be able to make sure that they will show up. Sometimes you might have this agreement to meet at a coffee shop or meet for a quick lunch, right? And you need to be able, when you create that follow-up call before you come see them, right? You can even say, like I said, do you want to move it up 15 minutes? Do you want to move it up 30 minutes? Or would it be easier for you if I just come to your office? I'm going to lock them down. So these are techniques to be able to reduce the chances of getting a no-show. But if you keep watching more of our videos, we're going to keep on giving you some amazing knowledge to be able to increase your referrals and increase the success of your agency.